morning, Deirdre. Happy Tuesday to you. Good morning, Pat Moss. Thank you for sharing. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Oh my goodness, this time change. I do not like it at all, but we're here. I am not going to complain. It is a thankful Tuesday. So we're going to do some gratitude this morning. Let's do that. Let's do some gratitude. So you know what I want. One thing, just one thing you're grateful for. Oh, you can give more if you want. But, okay. Let's just checking in with Billy and seeing how our Tim is doing. She said he had a rough night, so we shall keep him lifted up in prayer. All right, let's go into our heart. Hand on the heart. And slow down the breathing. We know how this works. Breathe it in. And slowly exhale. Releasing anything that's not love and light. Anything that's not yours. Maybe you took on somebody else's bad news. Or somebody else's grumpy attitude. Just let it go. Let it flow. Let that stuff wash off of you like you were a duck. It's not taking on any of that energy. And let's shake it off. Now that we connected our heart and our brain, just shake it off. Shake, shake, shake. You can do this. Shake it, shake it, shake it. And get rid of anything that's not yours. Just envision that you're in a washing machine. And that washing machine is just moving you around. It's shaking you around. Let's wake up. Wake up the body, wake up the mind, wake up everything. And doesn't that feel good to wake up this morning and to shake off whatever we don't need? So, how you doing? And what are you grateful for? And where is everybody? Call them in here. Just call their names out. Jean Walensky, Jean Lorio. Oh, who are we missing? Andrea Gregg, Annie 7, Annie Banani, and Grayson. Let's get everybody in here because we like to have everybody together. That's why. So cheers. Come on in and fill that cup up. Thank you, Pat, calling in our Auntie Jean. And we called in Blue Jean, and there she is. She came flying in. And good morning, Brookie and Dylan and sweet baby Max. Good morning to you. And how about Kathleen Caputo, Mama Hada Bear? Let's just get the whole gang in here this morning. All right, so I am going to see what the angels had to say. It was a weird night last night. I was up, worried about Tim, and then I fell asleep. And thank God the angels woke me up to write a message for us. Okay, so still getting a little bit of an update from Billy. All right. There are no failures when we remain in integrity. Now I remember what they gave me. Okay. Dale Carnegie said, develop success from failures. Discouragement and failure are two of the surest stepping stones to success. So while I don't believe that there are any failures, I know what the message is, that we perceive it. Us humans perceive that we can fail at something. I have been writing books for 10 years now. Tonight, I submitted a book called Angels in My Pocket. I have to say that other than my very first book, Time Heals, This book felt so magical as it came together, and submitting it to be published was very emotional. It felt like I was sending a kid off to school, and that kid is going to speak with a loud voice. It is going to remind others of their magnificence. It is going to be a cheerleader, a coach, and a best friend. When an author writes, it's a creation. It has energy. I don't speak out against many things because I believe we all have free will, and what is right for me may not be right for you, and vice versa. I love that we have discovered technology to aid us in so many ways to make life easier. I do not and cannot agree with AI generated books. I am a reader in addition to being a writer. When I read, I want to know that the author put their own words into what they are claiming is their creation. I want to feel the heartbeat of the book, and AI has no heart. It only knows what it is programmed to know. Dear angels, I know that it is easy to give in to the quick and easy. We have been addicted to instant gratification for decades. I can see the temptation of sitting back and letting the machine do the work. At some point, you would think that we would stand up for ourselves and take our voices back. I am only one person, but I am one person who refuses to hand over my power. Dear ones, when there is no integrity, there is anxiety and turmoil. Think about a time when you gave someone your word that you would do something and you didn't follow through. To be in integrity means to live with intention. When you see an opportunity to live your lives in a more congruent manner with your word, do so. Misunderstandings happen because of your behavior when you are out of integrity. You will begin to experience freedom and be more empowered when you respect yourself enough to live in harmony with your innate knowingness of the law of integrity. Live your life such that when you look in the mirror, you can look yourself in the eyes and smile. And when you lay your head down at night, you can close your eyes with a clear conscience. This is honoring yourself, your fellow humans, and your creator. Dear angels, today I promise to always do the self-inventory and check my integrity. So yeah, I kind of got on a bit of a soapbox last night, but I loved every word that the angels had to say. And it's so true. We want the easy way, right? We like that easy button. Anybody else like an easy button? Push that button and voila, it's done. But I have to tell you, I've been sitting back for over a year now and observing all of these people that say, oh, I published a book. And yeah, you might have submitted a book to be published, but it wasn't your book. So that's my soapbox. That's my bias against what's happening with AI. It has its place. It does wonderful things. Thank God for autocorrect sometimes, right? And sometimes I just want to kill it. But if you're going to say that you did something and you didn't, a machine did it, and that's not integrity. Sorry, it's just not. Good morning, Annie Gregg, and good morning, Annie 7 and Andrea Gregg. Good morning, Leo. Yes, happy Tuesday. Good morning, Charles. So anyway, speaking of publishing, you guys, I will have the proof copy of Angels in My Pocket on Friday, and I got it finished. Oh my gosh, I was so ready. I was so close to giving up last night, and I don't give up. You all know that. I'm like a bulldog with a bone. I don't give up. I persevere. But I probably submitted the manuscript and the cover, I would say at least 10 times. Yeah, I just had to keep on keeping on until the publisher liked it, until I liked it. Hopefully I like it. I will see on Friday when I get it. It's like, all right. I can't believe it's going to be in my hands, though, on Friday. And wow, so beautiful. So pretty soon, you guys, as soon as I give it the A-OK, I can say, all right, go get it. It is great news, isn't it, Annie? I'm so very happy that it's finally come together. And it was like a little miracle coming together, and the timing of it and everything. It was like once I got the Midnight book finished editing, then the little book could get done. And it was just a matter of sitting with it, just sitting and doing, and hours and hours and hours of sitting and doing. Isabel, good morning, sweet Isabel. I'm shuffling the heck out of these Kuan Yin cards, and she says that's the card, so stop shuffling and let's see what she has to say. And Blue says, I read somewhere that there were 2 AI systems and they started to create their own language. They got unplugged. How nerve-wracking. It's kind of scary to think of what it can do and what it will do, because you know how this works. In the hands of the wrong people, it can be disastrous. It really can. But in the hands of the right people, it can be so helpful. It can do things, tasks, a lot faster than we can go look up something. I mean, look at what Google did for us, right? I used to have to go to books, big books, to research stuff and to find what I needed to find. And then there was Google, and Google made it so easy breezy. And that, I think, was the beginning of us saying, oh, something can do this a lot faster than I can. I wonder what else it can do. So AI was born. But AI, like it says in the message last night, it doesn't have a heart. It's a computer. It only knows what its programmer tells it. So, yeah, so I'm going to get off that soapbox. And let's see what else you got. Leo, the same thing with music. Someone asked me last night if I made my songs using AI. It's a bit offensive considering all the time and effort that goes into making a song. You understand what I'm talking about, Leo? This is hours and hours and hours. This book, Midnight Calls with the Angels, that was 365 hours of just receiving the message, just receiving it, and then putting it together. I locked myself in my room in front of the computer for almost a full day and didn't move. And that was just one stint. That was the very last push to get it finished, to get the editing done. It's a lot of work to create a book. It's a lot of work to create a song. And the time that you put into creating and developing that song, yeah, I'm not real happy about the way this is turning out. But like I said, I'm only one voice, but I am one voice. And I will use my voice to speak out. But an interesting thing, I forgot to do it. Maybe I'll do it in the Midnight book, because I was going to put a disclaimer in the book that it was not AI generated, that this was an original human writing and connected with the angels and translated from what they gave me. So then I went to submit the tiny book, Angels in My Pocket, and they asked the question. I was never so happy to see that question come up. They do ask you now, when you publish through them, was any part of it AI generated? And I was very happy to be able to say no, it was not. Andrea, you can't wait for the books. I know. Now I've got to really dig in and finish the Midnight book, which there's not that much left to do, just putting it into the format. And it will be in your hands. And I'm going to make sure that I have a Kindle version this year. I was looking back last year. I didn't do a Kindle version of the tiny book. Maybe I'll go ahead and do that as well. And I would love to do audio versions of all of these, but I need somewhere where it's going to be like so quiet you can hear a pin drop to be able to record. So maybe when I get to Boulder, I'm thinking that that will be an opportunity for me to set up somewhere where there's just nothing going on. And I'll be house sitting with 2 cats. I don't think they'll be coming in and disturbing my recording, but if they do, we'll have a little meow on there. Blue, a friend of mine got a perfect photo in India with a train at night. His brother owns Lion's Roar Buddhist magazine, and when he saw it, he said that was a great photoshopped picture. Yeah, it's like, who do we trust anymore that things are real? And then when you are real and you're in your integrity, like what the angels talked about, then you get questioned. So anyway, like I said, getting off that soapbox, and let's see what Kuan Yin has for us. Becoming friends with yourself. Why not give up trying to punish, push, or force your body? When you push, resistance is created. It is not defiance, it is natural law. This can make life harder than it needs to be. Instead, why not explore and find a way to relate to your body as a friend? Friendship is one of life's pleasures. It most certainly is. So, I actually took some time to what I call numb out yesterday. I watched a bit of a series that was on that I know I'm not going to get wrapped up in it. I'm like, no, I'll watch a couple of shows, but I don't have time for anything right now, anything else in my life. But in that show, it was very good because it was giving awareness to suicide. And there was, I can't remember who it was on the show. Anyway, they only had like a small amount of time left because they were a cancer patient and there was nothing that could be done. And so they were talking to the nurse about their time left and who they wanted to be around and who they wanted to be with. And then her statement to her beloved was, "You are my 1 hour person." And I loved that statement. I think I have to do something with that creatively. You're my 1 hour person. If there was only 1 hour left on this earth and I could be around whoever I chose to be around, I would think about that and see who that 1 hour person would be. So who would be your 1 hour person? You don't have to put it in comments. That's not what I'm doing. Just think about it. If that was your last breath you were going to take, who would you want to be there to hold your hand? And hopefully we'll get the opportunity to do so instead of the alternative. But it was just such a cool thought that came out. And who would be your 1 hour person? Julie Kiss, good morning, sweet one. Julie, I'm going to make myself a to-do list today. I keep saying that, but today I'm going to do it. And you're on the to-do list. And I think it's probably going to be when I'm heading out of Florida that I'll see you, which won't be long, my dear. How long are you here for, Julie, in Florida? Because I want to make sure that if you're going to be gone by the time I'm heading out, I want to make sure that I get to stop by and see you. And I think I know where you are and there's somebody else I want to see in that same area. So let me know. Let me know where you are so I can make that arrangement. And I'm getting ready, you guys. It's getting close. This weekend, I'll be heading down to the Keys, and I'm hoping to spend a bit of time with Marietta and see her and love on her and give her big, big, big hugs. She's one of my favorite people in the whole world, and just her bubbly happiness. Oh, yes, I will get to see you then. Definitely. Because I have to be in Colorado by the 1st of April. So I'll be headed out of Florida in time to make that journey. All right. So, who are you grateful for? Or what are you grateful for? Just give me that one thing. Oh, Marietta, there you are. Oh, yay, yay, yay. Big hugs right back to you, my lady. I can't wait to see you. And darn it, I just remembered something that I forgot. It just clicked when I saw your name. That's okay. I still have time. All right. So, gratitude, gratitude. Who are you grateful for? And where's the rest of our family? Where is our Auntie Jean? I know she's got company. I hope she's doing okay because I know she was kind of concerned that she was going to overexert with her kids being there all at one time. I'm sure there's a busy household there where she's at. And who else are we missing? Linda Lemieux. Who all did you call in, Blue? I know you called in some people. And Deirdre. So whoever it is, let's get them in here so we can see them and say good morning to them. And grateful for all the peas. Thank you, Andrea. So today is Peapod Day. I will have a special guest, Jennifer Wallens, on my Peapod today. We're going to talk about animal communication, Blue. So both Jennifer and I communicate with animals who are still on the earth plane and those who are not. So it should be an interesting discussion. And I don't know if we might pick up on something from those who come in to the audience. Who knows what might happen? Just letting spirit guide that one. So come in and get to know this beautiful lady. And she is right there where you are, I do believe, Julie Kiss. I think that's the area that she's in. So, okay, so there's the Peapod. There is, what else is there? Oh, there's 10 million for world peace. We do a daily meditation every day. And I know many of you come in for that meditation. Thank you. Thank you for supporting world peace in that way. Yes, let's call in our Linda Lemieux. Get in here. All right, so still working with the tiny book until we have Angels, the Angels in My Pocket book. Do y'all love the name? Everyone that I have said it to has absolutely loved it. And that was an inspired name that came in from the Angels. And I told you all the story about it, I think, yesterday or the day before yesterday. So it's getting a lot of good reception with those that had told me that they liked the name. And Leo, your statement was so perfect. Thank you for it. It's on the back of the book. All right, so let's see. Do we have a message this morning from the tiny book of angel messages? Oh, thank you, Andrea. Yeah, I just saw the vision. I saw angels in my pocket, and we can carry them with us anywhere we go. It's such a beautiful thing. All right, so let's have it. What page shall I turn to? What else is happening? Update on Tim. Billy said he made it through the surgery. He made it through recovery, but he's in a lot of pain. And her message is the surgery went like it was supposed to. So hopefully things will start looking up soon. He has a long road ahead of him, and he has a very low tolerance for pain. So please keep Tim in your prayers. Keep him lifted up. Keep Billy lifted up. He's going to have rehab. So I know that's going to be long and hard for him as well, for the whole family. Page 26 for our Julie Kiss. Indeed, dear ones, home is not a destination. It is a way of being. It is truly knowing how to take refuge within your own self. If you are at peace within, you will seek and find that peace wherever you go. Go home and empty out anything that is unlike love and light. You know, so many times we're looking for things in the wrong places, or we're looking for them where we think they might be, where we think they might be, right? And there's the key. When we are searching for something and we think we know it all, and we think that we've got all the answers, we haven't taken time to go inside. And we do have all the answers. We have all the information inside of us. It's all there. It just needs to be brought forth into our remembrance. But when we haven't done that work and we haven't connected in with our inner guidance system, which is your guides, your spirit guides, your angels, your loved ones, the masters, God, whatever your inner guidance system is for you, check in, and whatever needs to be brought to your remembrance will be, and you will know exactly what that answer is. You'll know the direction to turn. You'll know when to say yes and when to say no, and you have intuition. So if you're believing something, or you believe it a certain way, and still doesn't feel quite right and quite in alignment, then go inside and say, hey, what's going on? What is the real deal? What do I need to know? What piece am I missing to the puzzle? And Spirit will show it to you very clearly. Julie, thank you for picking that particular page so we could have a message there for all of us. Brookie Brooke, page 72. There's going to be a few more pages in the new book than we have in this book. So I can't wait to be able to share some of that love with you that went into it and let it come to life, because that's what happens, you know. Once it's sent off, like I was saying in the message, I felt like I was sending this kid off to school, and it's going to go out and it's going to teach, and it's going to comfort, and it's going to share insight, and there will be growth. So, oh, you're welcome, Julie. Thank you. So page 72 for our Brookie. Positive thoughts have tremendous power and send out tentacles of energy that will raise the frequency of the planet. Never underestimate your power to make an impact in this way. You know, we make an impact one way or the other. We're either going to affect the energy in a negative way, if we're the negative Nelly and the sky is falling and, you know, everything's just looking kind of dim. But we don't have to see the sky falling. Our sky might be perfectly intact, but yet we're believing something somebody else said. We're believing that things are chaotic and haywire and not good energy. So always look at what you're seeing and how are you seeing it? What lens are you seeing it through? I think that's the important thing. What are the glasses that we're looking through? Are we looking through somebody else's? Did we borrow somebody else's glasses? And all of a sudden we see blurry, or we see chaos, or we see things upside down. Make sure you have your own glasses on. Make sure that they're the glasses you choose to put on, the glasses of possibility, and just allow that positive energy to flow to make that impact. And I think I'm supposed to read the message just before this one, Brookie. It just seemed like it went right up there for me. Always check in with your heart and your gut to know what is true and what is illusion. The more you learn, the more you will find yourself wanting to learn more. So that goes right along with the angel message, doesn't it? Check in. Do that check in. And if it's a yes, then say your sacred yes. I heard that term a couple of days ago, and I love it. And I know that it was no accident or coincidence that I heard it that way. To say your sacred yes. And when you've checked in, when you've done all the work, you've checked in with your gut, your heart, your higher self, your angels, when you've done all of that and it's still a yes for you, that's your sacred yes. That's when you say, all right, God, I'm all in. Let's see what we can do together. So always check in. Always say, how is it feeling inside of me when I sit with it? What does it feel like in here? To hold that in my heart. And what is Spirit telling me? Are you sitting in silence and listening to them? Or is there like a TV blaring or things going on all around you that can be chaotic? And we can meditate in those environments. We can. It's a choice that we make to shut everything out or to incorporate it into what we're doing. Sometimes we have to bring that noise right into the meditation, don't we? Otherwise, we're fighting it. And when we're resisting something, we're not going to have a really great meditation because it's going to just be us getting frustrated. Julie, I used to be that way, always the worry wart person, but no more. Oh, I'm so glad. I'm so glad, because what does worry do? Think about that. What does worry add to any situation? Think about it for a minute. Let's say there's a situation, kind of like what my sister's going through right now with her husband facing that surgery that was so long and involved and tedious, and it could have gone any way at all. It could have not gone the way the surgeons thought it was going to go. It could have been very difficult for them to do that. So if worry was brought into the equation, what does that do? She's already anxious. She's already concerned about her loved one. She's already probably thinking about the worst that could happen. So when you add in that element of worry on top of all that, you can have a panic attack. You can just put yourself in such a state of mind that you can't even support your loved one. So worry has no place at all. And there's a difference between worrying and being concerned. being concerned, yeah, that's like, okay, looking at facts, right? Looking at the fact of what he was getting ready to go through. But worry takes you to that other place where you're thinking the what if. What if this happens? What if this happens? Well, what if that doesn't happen? We do that so much in life, don't we? When we're faced with a decision to make or a choice of going one way or another or stepping out of our comfort zone and doing something, we go into that what if. But what if I fail? Well, what if you succeed? What if everything works perfectly like our Marietta tells us that it does? What if everything is happening according to God's divine plan? What about that? What if? Then that takes worry off the table. When we go into trust, I know that word keeps coming up. Trust, faith, belief. So, yeah, I did love that message. Thank you. Lucy, good morning. So happy that you're here with us on the morning show. I don't know where everybody is, all the rest of the fam, but hopefully they're all okay. And maybe they're just adjusting to the time change like I am. Because I tell you, it's not fun right now to try to let the body catch up with this time change that we just went through. And I know some people don't go through it. There are some states here in the United States that have chosen not to do the time change. Yay, you. I wish the rest of us would get on board with that. But it's just such an adjustment that we have to make twice a year to spring forward, and then we fall back. And it's like, can't we just keep going? Why do we have to move? Why do we have to put our bodies through this? But there I go again. Isabel, I have a miracle already. My cousin Diogo woke up from coma and he was able to say his name right and knowing what happened to him. It's a long process, but I believe he is going to be fully recovered. Oh, Isabel, thank you, thank you, thank you for sharing that with us. Thank you for letting us know that prayers get answered every day. Miracles happen every day. And I'm so glad that you brought him to us for us to pray for him and to lift him up. Thank you for that. Oh, you're so welcome. And yes, we're not taking him off the prayer list. He's on there. And we will continue to pray for continued recovery for him and for his best and highest good. Thank you so much. All right, it is that prayer time. So if you have anything at all that you want to share with us, thank you for sharing a miracle. We love to celebrate. So we work with you. We go with you if there's something happening that needs to be lifted up and prayed for, and we're with you when we celebrate. So that's the beauty of this family. That's what we do here. We love, and love is the healing energy. So when we pray, when we meditate, when we end our time together every day, we do so with love, pure unconditional love, because there's nothing that's requiring anything of anybody when we send out that kind of love. We just love you. We don't love you because, we just love you. So let's start to get into our hearts. And Deirdre, I know you're here, so sure I'm going to see our daily prayer popping up here any minute. And Deirdre, how are your eyes, darling? We're still lifting you up for complete healing of your eyes and your sight to be returned, just as we're doing for our Blue Jean, praying for her eyes and any physical problems at all with our physical bodies. We lift that up. Oh, that's right, Brookie. A family that prays together stays together. And boy, do we have staying power, right? In 9 days, We're going to celebrate 4 years together. 4 years of being together. That's incredible. That's like unheard of, right? For that type of commitment to be with each other every day, and especially this early in the morning, right? Deirdre, my eyes are still scarred with inflammation, and there's a cataract in there. Okay, well, hopefully they're going to remove that. That'll help with the vision a lot, a lot. Trust me. I know, because I've had it done on both sides. So let's pray for that to be taken care of with ease and grace. And Brookie says, Blue Jean seemed really good when we visited. Yay, yay, yay. It was so nice to see her. I bet it was. I bet it was. I have to tell you a story. When I was in Vermont, I think it was the first time, it may have been the second time I was there, I was taking pictures like crazy. And my camera was so happy taking these pictures up in Vermont because it is beautiful there. It's an absolutely gorgeous area. And one of the pictures is one of my favorite ones, and it's the river. And then on the other side of the river is a mountain. So I chose to use that for a Zoom background. And I had a meeting with some people yesterday that I had never met before. We were having an introductory meeting. And one of the gals said, you know, that picture reminds me of one of our favorite places in Vermont. And I just started laughing, and I said, well, this is Vermont. I took that picture, and it is in Vermont. So it was just kind of cool to have somebody recognize that area that I had been in. And I do that a lot. I use the pictures that I've taken along the way, and I put them up as a Zoom background, virtual background. And so cool. Brookie, Max is walking like a champ since standing amongst all those doggaroos. I bet they knocked him down like a little bowling pin, didn't they? But I'm sure Max can handle himself. He's pretty strong. Julie, thank you. Prayers for all in need. All right. I did see our daily prayer. There it is. Prayers for all humans, for Gaia and all who live on her back, for world peace, attention to human trafficking, and support for parents of addicted children. Thank you, Deirdre. Okay, so let's go into our hearts. If you have any more prayer requests that you want to put out there, let's remember all of those who have lost loved ones over the past year. I was doing the front of the Angel's book. I keep wanting to call it a tiny book. Now it's the Angel's book. And I was listing those P's that have gone on and those that are no longer with us in the physical. And why am I telling you this? I just had, anyway. So Brookie, your mom is in there. She's listed as one of those that's not here with us anymore. Sweet Ricky is in there. I don't know what that thought was, but anyway, remembering those, that was it. Remembering those that are no longer here in the physical and those that are adjusting to life here on earth without their loved one. And Ricky says, Razzie made him cry by licking his face a little too much. Well, Razzie's such a little baby, not little, a big baby. So I'm sure that was something to watch, is the interaction of the baby dog and the baby Max. All right, so let's go in our hearts and let's hold up anybody that needs prayer right now. Let's send some love. Remember Joanne's mom. They did move her out of the hospital into a facility for rehab. So let's pray that her knees will heal with ease and grace. And I'm celebrating that my knee is doing so much better and I can actually walk again. Prayers for Blue's eyes. Her knees felt a lot better. And our Deirdre, we love your eyes. Let's do some loving on our human body today. So go with me. Just take a breath in and start to focus your energy. We're going to love all the pieces and parts of our bodies. And as we do so, just hold those who are not here to do this with us. Our Mama Hada Bear, lifting her up for complete healing of her eyes. Our Auntie Jean, eyes and knees. Anybody else, Linda Lemieux, anyone who's got physical things going on with the body, that's where we're going today. So breathe in, and let's start with the very bottom of your feet. Let's go up the body. So starting with your feet, give your feet a little mental massage. Just envision you're holding them in your hands. And what are you saying to your feet? Can you say, I love you? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for holding me up. Thank you for moving me forward as I walk across Gaia. Thank you for the sensation of the earth beneath my feet, of sand between my toes, of the beautiful water lapping over my ankles. Thank you, feet, for your job that you do and lifting those feet up to be healthy. And then we move up the body. Let's go to the knees. Moving up to the knees, because a lot of people right now have issues going on with the knees. I know our Kathy Hand is getting very close to having her treatment, the same one that I had. So let's lift up anybody who's dealing with knee issues and focus on your own knees. And if you want, if you can, put your hands on your knees, on both knees, and say thank you. Thank you, knees, for doing your job. Thank you for bending when I need to bend. Thank you for mobility. Thank you for being there, strong and sure and not buckling or giving out, but maintaining that strength that's needed in my lower body. Thank you, knees. I love you. And then moving on up to the hips. Thank you, hips, for helping me to turn and twist. Thank you for helping me bend. Thank you for holding me upright. Thank you for being a part of this skeletal structure that's so important to be at the very mountaintop of my root chakra and letting all the energy flow down that mountain with ease and grace. Thank you to the reproductive system. Thank you for the internal organs. Thank you for the kidneys, the spleen, the liver, the gallbladder, the appendix, if you still have one. Thank you for all of these organs, the pancreas. Thank you for everything inside this area of my body. Thank you for the job you do without me having to tell you how to do your job. And let's go to our belly. How many times do you thank your belly? Thank it now. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you. And I'm loving on everything that you're holding inside. Thank you. And I see that belly feeling good. Many times we're complaining of stomach aches and upset stomach and a tightness in the stomach. Thank you that this is the area that we go to when we have a gut instinct. going to the belly, the sacral and the solar plexus. And let's keep moving up the body, loving on that solar plexus area, saying, I love you. I am worthy. I deserve to have love. I deserve to have health. I deserve to feel good in this body. So place your hand there and say thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And then go to the back, the low back area where we hold so much energy. Whenever we hold an emotion down and don't give it its voice, it just kind of crawls into a corner here in the lower back, and things start to not feel so good. So let's open that up. Let's open up the energy field for any of that lower vibrational emotion to move forward and out and release any pain energy that's in the low back. Now let's keep going up the spine to the mid back. Many times there's so much stress as we're sitting or standing or bending or lifting. So let's see that mid back strong. Let's see it doing its job, serving its purpose for us to be upright, for us to move and twist and turn and bend with ease and grace. Let's go to the lungs that are on the inside. Thank you, lungs, for doing your job. Thank you that I don't have to tell you to breathe in. I don't have to tell you to breathe out. You just do it. Thank you to the heart. Again, I don't have to tell that heart to beat. I don't have to count it down and keep it in rhythm. It just knows what to do. So thank you. Thank you, heart, for doing your job and for doing it so well. Thank you for all the blood vessels, the arteries, the veins. Thank you for all the structure that's keeping everything intact, all the muscles, the skin. Thank you. I appreciate every bit of my body. I'm showing this gratitude right now to everything that's working perfectly. Let's go to our neck and our throat. Thank you for the voice to be able to speak. Thank you for the knowingness of when to speak and when not to speak. Thank you for the ability to listen before I speak. Going up to the ears. Thank you for the ears that take in the sound. Thank you for the mouth, the teeth, the gums. All have a purpose. See all of it working perfectly. Thank you for the nose and the sense of smell. The nose to take in the air into our lungs. Thank you for the eyes to see. Just love on your eyes for a minute. If you want to put your hands over your eyes, send yourself a little bit of healing energy by doing that. Sometimes you can just rub your hands together, and whatever's hurting, whatever area is not feeling so good, just put your hands right there. If it's your throat, just put them there if you've activated them. So let's continue to go forward. Thank you for my hair on my head. Thank you for all the follicles. Thank you for my scalp. Thank you for the brain that's contained within my head. Thank you for the ability to think, the ability to have sensation. And now just see the overall body. Oh, we missed some parts, didn't we? Let's go back down to the shoulder. I skipped right over that shoulder, but we're not going to. Thank you for the shoulder. Shoulders. Thank you that we can choose how much we're going to take on as a burden. And when we start to feel that tightness or feel things with tension in them, we can choose to loosen that up. So thank you, shoulders, for being there, for the mobility in those joints. Thank you for the elbows that bend, that we're able to eat. We're able to bring the food up to our mouths. Thank you for the hands, for the fingers, for dexterity, for opposing thumbs. Thank you, thank you, thank you for this entire body. So do that now. Just do an overall sweep. Thank you, body, for being my body. Thank you for taking me through this thing called earth and this thing called life. I'm so grateful for this vessel, that while I'm in it, I'm going to take care of it. I'm going to love on it. I'm going to show gratitude to it. I'm going to treat it the very best I can treat it. And now let's see everyone that's in our circle doing the same thing. Let's see them loving on their bodies. And we're sending that love right along there beside them. Loving everyone's body, everybody that's having an issue somewhere in the body. Just seeing it, receiving the gratitude, receiving the love, and rising up to the occasion. How beautiful. Okay, so let's love on each other now. That's what we do. We're a family that loves. So put the words up here, although you already know them very, very well. We'd like to say them every day to each other. And we like to have Leo sing to us while we say those words. So let me pull his song up. First, I have to find him. There he is. So thank you, I love you, and yes, thank you, body. That's the message today. That was our meditation and prayer. Hope, I see that you missed the show. I really hope you'll play the replay. Do the replay, Hope, because we loved on our bodies today and saw them in perfection. Deirdre, loving on her cellular structure. Indeed, indeed. Pat Moss, thank you. I love you. Yeah, I'm sorry, Hope. We have that thing called daylight savings time. I was ranting about that earlier. Oh, we love you too, Hope. And hope you're doing well. Leo, thank you so much for this song. Andrea, I'm so glad you were here. That's right, Julie. Move your body time. Now that we've shown some gratitude and love to it, it'll respond. It'll move with the groove. Oh, Hope, we love you so much. Morning Cuppa full of joy. Full of joy. And Hope, you missed the announcement that the new book, Angels in My Pocket, has been submitted. And on Friday, I should have the proof copy of it. Accept, align, allow. AAA, y'all. Don't forget to do that AAA with a smile, because spirit magnifies incredible loving energy. Thank you, Marietta, for that. Cuppa full of joy. So my next task is getting the midnight calls and dawn arises to the publisher. And that's going to happen really quickly. It's going to happen with ease and grace. I already know it. Deirdre's helping you out here, Leo. Woo! Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you so much. And darn it, I forgot the woo in the book. I can still make changes because I've asked for the proof copy, so I can do that. So I got to do my to-do list today so that I don't miss some of this stuff. All right, I'll be back at 1 o'clock for our world peace meditation, and hopefully I'll see some of you there. And to those that missed the show this morning and watching it on the replay, we love you and we missed you. And we'll be back tomorrow at this time, 8 o'clock Eastern, for anybody that's new, that's listening in. We do this every day. Thank you so much. Stay in your hearts. Stay blessed. I love you. Namaste, y'all.